Hi class, welcome again to another session on rehabilitation engineering. So we are discussing our fifth unit. So in the last video we discussed the general principles associated with orthosis. So let us move on to the principle of Jordan or the 3-point force system. Right? So mechanical corrections using orthosis follow 3-point force system of Jordan, and where the system applies corrective or assistive force on the skin, which in turn gets transmitted to the underlying soft tissues and ultimately to the bones. In order to maintain stability, the body offers a counter force that opposes the two equal points of counter pressure, and such that 2 points are exerted by the orthosis and 1 opposing force is exerted by the body, such that the algebraic sum of all pressures is 0. So this corrective force that is exerted by the body is directed towards the angular or deformed area to be corrected, and the two counter forces are applied on the proximal and distal region of the corrective force. Suppose, let us have a look. Suppose this is the force that the body is exerting on the deformed area. This would be the proximal and this would be the distal forces. Then F1 is the algebraic sum of F2 and F3. So equal and opposite force, we come across this in Newton's law as well. So similar concept here as well. So in order to maintain stability, like if there are two forces that are acting from the orthosis on behalf of the orthosis, then the body exerts a counter force that nullifies both these forces, so that the organ in question is in stable position. Now, classification of orthosis. There are 4 different ways with which we can classify orthosis. One is according to function. The second is according to regional functions. The third is orthosis serving a specialized function, and the fourth is orthosis used for a specific condition. So let us move on to according to function classification. So according to functions, according to function, orthosis can be classified as supportive orthosis, such as the joint support orthosis, say the calipers or the gaiters. Then you have the functional orthosis, or that are the orthosis which augment a functional task, such as improve hand function or improve walking or something like that, improve respiration. So the example is is the use of FES. So corrective orthosis corrects deformity. Club foot boots are commonly used for corrective orthosis. Then you have protective orthosis, which protects an organ while healing. So you would have often come across people with who have had a neck injury. They wear a cervical collar to make sure that their neck is not mobile, because without realizing, every time, whether we are talking, whether we are sitting, we are watching telly, we move our neck a lot. Sometimes we voluntarily move it, sometimes we involuntarily move it, and we realize how much we move our neck only when we have a neck injury, because only when it is causing us pain. Because if we keep our neck in one stable position, it's okay, but even the subtle move, even the tiniest of movement can cause a lot of pain, right? So in order to prevent that, people wear cervical collars, and while the organ is healing, while the neck is healing, while the muscles are relaxing, right? Then you have prevent substitution of function. So often hip flexors and hip adductors complement each other. So sometimes if hip flexors are not working very well, then the abductors take over and do double work, right? And this can result in further damage, and this can be prevented by full length supportive calipers. Next, you have strengthening of certain muscle groups, such as the tenodesis function. So tenodesis is the ability of is associated with the wrist movement. So what tenodesis does is, when you are extending your wrist, your fingers close passively. So this movement is often used to strengthen the key grip in people who have cervical spine injury. So it's a very, very important hand function, because this enables them to do a lot of activities of daily living, such as picking up an object becomes easier for them, because if they strengthen this, tenodesis movement. So strengthening of so there are supports or orthoses that strengthen tenodesis, and this is very very helpful in spinal patients who have a good voluntary wrist movement. Finally, you have pains relief orthosis as well. So you have lumbosacral corsets that support the lower back, and you have you would have seen weightlifters or even general public wearing a waist belt. So that is lumbosacral corset, and that supports the lower back and relieves pain. And finally, it prevents preventing weight bearing orthosis. So these orthoses are actually, if you have fracture of the calcaneum bone, that is the bone just above your heel. If that is fractured, then heel cannot bear weight. You have to make sure that the heel is not bearing weight, and you have orthoses which do so, which take weight off your heel, and that is preventing weight bearing heel. I think that's all I have to speak about classification according to function. We shall see more classification types in the subsequent videos. I hope you take care till then.